mm, mm.
Your Comedy Minute. I'm Scotty T. I have a fantastic comedian named Starla Heinz with me today. Starla, how are you? You look fantastic. It's great to have you here.
Thank you for having me, Scott. How are you doing? You look good. Look at you,
You know
handsome,
the answer.
feminine.
Do you know the answer? It's the answer I use all the time when I have a pretty woman on.
Let's
I
hear
feel
it.
like a woodpecker in a lumber yard.
Oh, well, peck on, baby, peck on. I feel peckish, peckish.
Do you ever think woodpeckers get a headache?
Well, not if they reach in their heights.
I'll do one more. I'll do one more. We'll get off to a good start here. What
Okay.
is the woodpecker's least favorite word?
Oh, I'm feeling peckish? No.
Impeccable. Impeccable.
Impeccable. Yes.
Kind of
I
like you, impeccable.
like
Well, Starla
that.
Hines, let's start. You're in San Francisco, right?
Well, I am a native San Franciscan,
Okay.
but
All
I
right.
am in Southern California.
Okay. Well, that was my question. Were you born and raised in California?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you like it? Like when you have to come east, you do come east because I know you
All
just
the
were out.
time. All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. I am homesick. You have to come out. You have to come out. You
Oh,
got to get out.
I've been to California. I've been to California a few times.
If you're funny everywhere. But let me tell you,
Excuse me. My
I was
son, my
born.
son, my son lives in Las Vegas, so I've been to like
Oh,
30 or more of the states, 50 states.
oh, okay. Well, there you go.
I've
He's
been all
hot.
over.
He's hot and dirty and nasty. I like Vegas. There you go. Yeah.
I
He knows how to keep a secret. I like
contribute to the
fun.
sin. I contribute to the sin when I'm there.
I might have to go there and confess.
uh,
Hey,
oh
that's one
boy.
place the girls know how
Oh
to keep
boy.
their,
Oh
that's the
boy.
place the girls know how to stay on their knees in Vegas
This
and
is
pray
gonna be
and
a
pray.
bumpy ride, kids. This is gonna be a bumpy ride. I'm trying to keep us on the tracks. Uh, you
What
have
track? There
Yeah,
is
what
no
tracks? Yeah, just throw
there,
away the rules. Just
there is
throw away
no
the rules.
blueprints with me. Let me tell you. I am a
Starla's here, it
hippie.
doesn't matter. Now you have Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Do you have a YouTube channel?
I do. I do.
Okay.
My YouTube is limited. I took a lot of things down because I am a potty mouther and I am trying to get away from that. So
Why?
when I did some stuff, when I went a little mainstream, and I did some stuff with Netflix, they went into all your accounts and they took down a lot of cussing.
Really?
Because a lot of times when I did something with Netflix, they have people on your Instagram and they get people on your YouTube, and they'll put people in and they'll say, take this down, take this down, take this down, take this down. And
Really?
they'll stay, oh, definitely. And they'll stay on your Instagram and they'll watch what you post. And that could jeopardize. As a matter of fact, I lost $100,000 contract because I couldn't keep a clean set.
I
And
was
there was
just gonna say, Starla, there ain't me and Netflix ain't no fucking way. Ain't no
So
fucking way.
but you know what? It's a challenge and it's not that serious. So whew, it was a challenge. And me being seasoned, us being seasoned
Season.
and not used to watching our mouth, it depends. You want to stay in that box or do you want to cross over? And that's it. We call it blue comedy and we find nothing to it and we try to check ourselves at the door. But if you really want to broaden yourselves and do something, you must be mindful. And I had been minding my own freaking business.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
But
Oh, I guess
you,
Netflix might even look at this little thing.
you might want to challenge yourself, and you could always go backwards, but then it's a challenge.
Oh
You can
no,
grow.
no,
You
no,
can
no.
grow.
Listen, this
You
is
can
my
grow.
show. I do what I want. I say
You
what I
know
want.
what? Think about it. You can always suck cock. You can always suck dick.
Oh, Jesus
Always do
God.
whatever you
Hey,
want. You know what? Let me tell you something. You
hey,
can always do whatever you want. You can always dress it up. But if you want to be classy about it and add some dressing to it, let me tell you, it is what it is. A lady could be a lady. She could be a whore. She could be a prostitute, or she could be an escort. It depends on how you label it. Am I right?
I'm I'm
So
just
today I
wondering.
want to be a housewife.
the Netflix people when you just said suck cock.
Exactly. So today, instead of suck, I want to smoke it.
Smoke. Hey, why did the rooster? Why did the prostitute cross the road
She wanted to get paid.
to get some cock?
She wanted to get paid. So,
Yeah,
so there you go. So the whole thing is, I needed to change. I'm from the hood, and
yeah.
that's
Okay.
my lingo. And we need to survive. It was the norm to cuss. It was
I've
just, and
watched
we
your
just
stuff. I watched some of your stuff that's still up,
so.
and there were a few obscenities in there.
But so now I'm just have to change, backtrack, and just be clean and be nice.
Really?
And me, it was a struggle, and it still is. So the good girl has to wear bow ties and ribbons, and I don't have a problem with that. It's just you have to retrain the blame. The
No, and
retrain the
I'll
blame.
be serious because I love joking with you. You're just great.
Mhm,
But I have done these like and just I'll throw out one name, Tom Padovano.
mhm,
Tom wrote jokes for Joan Rivers, Rodney Dangerfield. He's,
mhm.
an older gentleman, and I called him a comedy legend. And I knew darn well I wasn't gonna curse. I don't think that you watch that whole half hour. I didn't use one obscenity.
Mhm. Right,
So yeah, I can clean it up if I have to, but I
right.
don't like. I mean, well, I shouldn't say I don't like to. I like to think of myself as a chameleon. That depending on if I'm on with you or if I'm on with, Tom Padovano, I'm going to adjust to who I have on the show.
Right. So in our retrospect, you know, uh, first impressions, and if you're someone that they have not seen or anything, you need to come right and you need to come correct.
Yeah,
And if they say jump, you say how high. You don't argue or anything. You
sure,
must be adaptable. And
sure.
and that's okay. Later down the line,
Yeah,
you can do whatever you want, but
open it up.
we all have to learn. You must remain teachable no matter what business it is. You can't be difficult. You can't, and they want to see how you can be bendable.
You said two things there about being teachable. My old boss used to say Scotty's real open to the learning process.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which I think that's important. And also,
Right.
just being adaptable and oh, I know when you said about first impression, saying I heard a long time ago, and it's always stuck with me. You never get a second chance at a first impression.
Exactly.
You never
Exactly.
get a chance. It's
That's
like
right. And
for people that don't know, I didn't mean to interrupt. We've never met other than about 5 minutes ago, right?
correct, correct.
So, my first impression, I
You didn't expect that. No,
that shit went downhill when you started talking about sucking cock.
I'm sorry.
Well,
So,
let's shift gears. Uh,
okay.
when did you start doing comedy?
About maybe 40 years ago. And
Okay,
then
right.
I stopped to raise my family.
Right.
Single parent, I have a 40-year-old. And I
Okay,
stopped. He was in and out of trouble. And I needed to do the parent thing.
sure.
I needed to be a mom and I needed to do exactly what I needed to do.
Yeah.
And so now my youngest graduated from college. She just got her master's in biomed science.
Wow.
And
Congratulations, mom. Great
thank
job.
you. And she's on her way to med school. And I just gave myself permission to live,
Yeah.
you know, peacefully, breath of fresh air.
Your
And
email, your email says that. I won't tell them what it is, but your email.
right. And that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And I may joke up, and
Sure.
you can joke through life about those things,
Sure.
but I just gave myself permission to, to transcend, okay, it's now my time to do what I'm supposed to be doing. The
I'm gonna
kids are grown, the kids are out the house.
I'm gonna segue to a spot that I have down at the bottom only because uh the Black Women in Comedy Laugh Fest coming up June 20th
Yeah.
has my buddy the Gwyn Factor who's doing
Yeah.
the show.
I love her.
And her story, if you didn't watch it, is almost identical to yours.
Mhm.
She didn't start doing she didn't start doing comedy till later, but in other words, she wanted to, but she had children and she needed to do the family thing first.
Yeah. Well, I was homeless. I was homeless in the streets of San Francisco.
No
You know,
shit.
oh, definitely. I was, I remember them putting me out of the shelter every morning at 8 o'clock on Harrison Street. And every morning at 8 o'clock, I was homeless at the ripe age of 17. My mom put me out. And they put you out at 8 o'clock and you couldn't come back to the shelter till 3. So instead of going to the park and selling drugs and doing everything else, I went to City College of San Francisco. And there I got my associates. And when they saw that I meant business, they migrated me to Southern California. That's how I ended up in Southern California.
Ah,
Yeah. And, and so I owe my life to that shelter. I owe my life to that shelter. And I only ever wanted this was my goal, was to be able to go into, have my own room, not even a house, my own room, a little TV and a microwave to put a TV dinner in, because we always fought over a TV and a channel in the shelter, and that was it. And then, you got pregnant, and then and I knew I needed to be a parent.
yeah.
And my dreams were always put to the side, put to the side, put to the side. And my mother told me I would never be good for nothing but on my back. My mother told me that. So, and I picked my family through the women I saw. I picked who I wanted to be like. And a smile carried me a long way. And laughter kept me off the streets. My sense of humor kept me off the street.
Darla,
And
you're an
hey,
amazing woman. You're an
you know,
amazing woman. I
and
am
I
just,
now to this day, I just retired as a probation officer. I was a flight attendant, and I joined the Army. I found jobs that offered me housing.
okay.
That's, the Army, housing,
Sure.
a bed, a roof over your head, flight attendant, a bed. I found jobs like that,
Yeah.
and then this is it. But the thing is, it's your humor. It's your humor, what makes you laugh, what makes your soul laugh. And and now and that's why I listen to people. I listen to advice, but I listen to who it's coming from.
That's true.
I listen because I look at your way of life. I look at your walk, because anyone can give you advice, but I'm looking at your walk. Because if I respect you, then I'm going to take your advice.
Right.
And if I'm liking your walk, that's what I'm looking at. Because anybody can give you advice. But
Yeah.
I'm not
I,
going to take.
I wouldn't listen to a damn thing I have to say. I'm an idiot.
So well, even schmucks have
What,
something to
hey,
say.
what kind of idiot are you? Why is there more than one kind? Is there more than
you
one
know,
kind?
So maybe that's where that rough mouth comes from. It's a defense mechanism,
No, I just
and
love to make people laugh.
you know,
I'm guilty. What like you gave me a little of your story there. I always get told, you always have to go for the laugh. You always
mm,
have to make the joke. And man, I'm guilty of that. There's
mhm.
no, because you touched on it earlier about, trying to find the comedy and everything and making people laugh.
Yeah.
And that's what I do to a fault.
Mm-hmm.
I have a hard time doing these interviews without interjecting some stupid shit. Only
Yeah.
because a joke hits my head that you're talking and all of a sudden there's 3 jokes in my head, and I'll be damned if I can't. I'm not going to do one.
Mm-hmm.
I
You
might
know,
do all 3.
well, even dating, and I never, ever, ever looked for a handsome or cute guy. And people used
Oh, I'm your guy.
well, no, this is funny because my friends used to say, "Why are you dating that guy?" Because he made me laugh. And I would never look for looks. I look for the man who would make me laugh.
Yeah.
The guy who would make me
And,
laugh, I was all over him. You know why? Because
yeah.
he would make me laugh, and I can sit in bed with him, or we could talk for hours. The other one had no conversation.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? We could talk, we could laugh.
Yeah.
And that's all it took.
That's where it is with me, Starla. I get my foot in the door. You are so funny. But then after they're with me for the while, like, would you shut the fuck up? Would you shut the fuck up?
That's
You
it.
shut the fuck up, Benny.
That's it. That's it.
No,
That's it.
I'm teasing.
Oh
No,
my,
I don't. I just, because you're full disclosure, I'm 60. I'll be 62 in August. And you get to a
I'm
point you're
older
like,
than you. I'm older than you.
really?
I am. I'll be 62
Yeah.
in June.
Wow. Well, it's just, I think you reach a point in your life where, you throw caution to the wind that, I really don't care what people think anymore.
No,
I just
we
want to come
can't.
on here and have fun. Someone asked me the other day, why are you doing this? Because I like bringing joy to people's lives.
Why not?
I'm
Why
doing it.
not? Are you coming to the festival? Because this is our 5th year. This
Yeah,
festival,
let's go back to it. It's because it's women of a certain age, Black women in comedy, Laugh Fest, June 20th. You're there, a big lineup. Who's all there?
that's just one show though.
Okay.
That women of a certain age is just one show. That's women over 50. But there's a variety of shows going on simultaneously. We're going to be there for 5 days. Women
Okay.
from all over. There's a LGBT show going on. There's
Okay.
sisters got jokes going on. All the headliners for the first year only, all the headliners are performing the first night, Wednesday night, at the Lincoln Center. That's being taken place. Yes, and that's Wednesday night. And by gosh, that's a free show. That's a free show. And that's opening night. So if they go online and get their tickets, because even if it's free, there's a head count. And if they get their tickets and they get to see all the headliners perform with Joanna Riley. So this is amazing that they get to see women of color perform, and the jokes are going to be windy. And you got women coming from all around the globe, and then you go. So like I said, the women over a certain age is just one. And then shut the front door, a rap battle.
Oh my goodness.
I know, right? And that's Saturday night at 10. So I'm sorry, at 10 on Saturday night. So the women are going to be going after each other in a nice way, maybe not, but
Yeah.
so they're going to be going after each other, and that's going to be off the hook because look at us, what do we know about rapping, so that's going to be crazy. So if they could come out, if they could just go on Black women, if they could just go on the site and see the lineup of all the beautiful shades of color and all the women, and they can just see the lineup and pick a show, and the tickets is in the bio. If they could just go
Black women in comedy is at the website.
Laugh Fest.
Okay, what I'll do, Starla, is I will make it a point to get this up before when does it all start?
It all starts on the 20th, and even if they follow me, if they go to my link, if they go to my link in my bio, just click on all the shows.
What I want to try and do is get this on the air and include all the links so that you have all the people.
Yes, please.
And in this, I'll have your Instagram, your TikTok, everything, and we'll do everything we can to.
I would appreciate
everybody out there
so much. And I also have my clothing line that's in there.
Okay. I was
because
wondering about that behind you there.
Let me tell you about that. In my jokes, I talk about I talk about yum yum sauce. It's your flow. It's your juices. Don't get crazy, but it's your flow. It's whatever you got. It's there you go.
Hey, hang on. Can I stop you? Do I have yum yum sauce?
You do. You do. You do. Everybody. So yum yum sauce is a play with words. Play with whichever way you want. So, but yum yum sauce is also a sauce, right?
Okay.
I put hashtag in front of it, and I trademarked it.
Hashtag yum yum sauce.
So now hashtag yum yum sauce belongs to me.
Okay.
Okay, and so here you go.
Pull it up so we can see it.
Okay, so now hashtag yum yum sauce.
All right.
Here's my t-shirts.
Okay.
Crop tops, and the link is in my bio. So now launching, here's crop tops. So now launching, it's a dream of mine to see hashtag yum yum sauce and booty shorts. This summer, you will see hashtag yum yum sauce spread across every girl's derriere this summer.
It keeps freezing up on you, Starla.
You know, so we want it. Oh no, don't freeze. Don't freeze. Don't
It's
freeze.
freezing up on you. But that's all right. We'll
Okay.
try. We'll try and get it as much
Oh
as we.
no.
No, it's good. We
Okay.
got most of it.
So
We'll
you
try
will
and edit it.
okay. You will see. Okay, you will see hashtag yum yum sauce blasted across every girl's derriere this summer, tight and snugged.
Yum yum sauce. Golly. And you know, I couldn't be
Yum yum
happier.
sauce.
I couldn't be happier to know that I have yum yum sauce.
You have yum yum sauce too. So you're gonna have. You know what? If you come, I'm gonna make sure I get you a shirt. You're gonna have to DM me your size, and I'll bring you one. I'll bring you a
Do
shirt.
you have
But
one in? Do you have one in Baby Elephant?
I have
Good.
one in gorgeous. How's that?
Yeah. I tell you what, if I get one of those shirts, I promise I'll wear it.
You
I'll
will.
wear a yum yum sauce shirt. I
You
don't know
do.
about the booty shorts.
Let me tell you, I have them all the way up to 3X.
Well, that's what we need. We need Baby
I have
Elephant.
them, and let me tell you also, I carry plus sizes.
Okay.
So I need them because you know my women have some nice
Yeah,
sizes
yeah.
and we need to cross them. So definitely support me in my yum yum collection. So the address for the yum yum sauces, go to yumyumcollection.com. Yumyumcollection.com, and you will see everything. And the yum yum sauce.
And I promise that I'm going to put all the links in the description of this video when it airs.
Oh, that's going to be so nice.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you what, boy, I should have put on a seatbelt. I didn't know I was in for such a bumpy ride.
Well, you know what? It's going to be nice. And I got to tell you, because of our age, I got to remember, that I grew up with my idols, Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Red Fox. These are the guys that tucked me into bed at night. These are the guys that were like, gave me a breath of fresh air. Now that sent me to school smiling. Willie Dolomite. I don't know if you know about him.
I know Dolomite, sure. I grew up, my parents had Mom's Mabley records. I grew up on Red Fox and Mom's Mabley, and it's weird because people look at me and they go, that was my parents had. And as you know, you brought it up because we mentioned it off the air.
Yes.
My favorite movie of all time is Harlem Nights. I have to laugh because I told you I know every line, but I got to tell you this because I think this will make you laugh. I hate when I talk too much, but I have to tell you this.
Please do.
I had a young man on. I did last week, and he was a black man, and he was young. He was only 20. I want to say 20-something years old, and he was kind of cocky and arrogant.
Oh,
and I said something to the extent of, he was talking about his favorite comedians, Eddie Murphy or this or that, and I said, "Have you ever seen Harlem Nights?" And he goes, "What is that? Some stupid white movie?" And I just sat there for a second. And I swear to you, Starla, I said to him, "No, it's actually a black movie. There's only a couple white people in the whole movie."
and some of the best in there too. You know what's so good about Eddie Murphy is he never forgot where he came from.
Yeah.
This is what I still like about him. He pulled out actors and actresses who had been sitting on the sidelines for a while, who Hollywood had forgotten about.
Yeah.
And he kept everybody working. This is what you call true brotherhood.
Yeah.
Like Bella Reese had been sitting for a minute. He put people to work. An interview, Martin Lawrence just did that. And people are doing that with their kids now. When I saw an interview, because Martin Lawrence was out here in California when they were doing Bad Boys. And they're starting to use their kids because Martin Lawrence used his daughter.
Yeah.
They're not using actors, per se. I could use my daughter to play this role. You know what I mean? I can use my kids, and I applaud that.
Yeah.
Why would you use a random when you got your own kids?
Yeah.
And you can recycle money.
It's different today, Starla.
Mm-hmm.
Kids are different. Kids are different today.
When you got a young guy looking for a fight, a racial battle,
Oh yeah.
that had nothing to do with it when he
Yeah.
said,
Well, no,
where did that come from?
well, but listen, and I don't because it's a slippery slope. Like, I had the Gwen factor on and we addressed it a little bit. My sister's married to a black man. I don't do that. And I know it sounds easy to say, but like I used to go to BET, I was in the music business, and I'd be the only white guy at BET. I'd be with Tony Braxton or whoever.
Mm-hmm.
And so I know what it's like to be not, full tilt. You know what I mean? This is even hard for me to say because I'm probably going to get in trouble, but yet I do relate to a certain degree. And I think that that's where it starts, to be at least cognizant of what's going on in the black community. And like you said, to be cognizant of it,
Well,
that young man, he truly was. He looked at me as somebody that had slaves and that I was responsible. And he actually even told me at the end that I would have to pay more for my tickets for reparations.
what,
Yeah,
what, how old was this young man?
I'm not shitting you. I'm not shitting.
How old was that man?
Like I said, I'm guessing 20, 20, 21, 22 years
Well,
old.
well, sometimes you can get the tail end of it's like our kids. They can get the tail end of a conversation. How they walk in the room, they get the tail end of the conversation, and then they go off on a whole spiel. Only because you brought that conversation up. And if you know
Right.
me, if you know me, you'll know I'm married to a white man.
Yeah,
So
no, I do know that. I do know that.
I'm married to a white man, and my ex-husband was Japanese.
Yeah,
So, so I have a kaleidoscope of things going on over here.
right.
But, they give my husband stuff. And then on the other hand, they will give me stuff too.
Oh, sure.
So you
Sure.
can't win. But being from the Bay Area and just living in LA, it's a whole thing, because in the Bay Area, interracial relationships are well accepted, and they're starting to get more accepted here in Los Angeles
Right.
when you go that way, but on stage, it's different. What's different is talking about a heterosexual relationship is not real accepted. You can't please everybody.
No, that's why we go back to what, just go back to what we said.
Yeah.
We're at an age that, it doesn't, I don't give a shit. You can say what you want about me.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Just last week, I did a joke. It was a Mexican joke. And someone told me that go kill myself, you MAGA piece of shit.
Oh, Lord.
And to me, it's a joke. I don't dislike Mexicans. I don't, it's just a joke. But unfortunately, I'm an easy target because I am 62 and I look like an old curmudgeon when I do my quickies. But I laugh at it. I take it. I kind of take it with a badge of honor.
Well, I don't know why it has to get so deep, and it's good to just walk away.
Yeah.
I walked into a place, a black club, and it was my husband. I like to travel with my husband. Certain places I will not go.
Yeah.
Certain places I will not.
I know that.
And I won't say, but one time I walked in with him, and someone said, if you see a white person in here, he must own it. So I try not to, and a lot of places in the East, or, so no, but no.
Well, let's get off that because we don't have a lot of time.
Okay.
I mean, in other words, I'll just real quick. I remember being in Philadelphia. I walked up, I had an urban partner, and we were going to the black clubs, and we got to a club, and the guy looked at Ronnie and looked at me, and Ronnie said, "This motherfucker here, the only white man that can jump. Let him in." And I got in. But yeah, I mean, it's funny how people.
We're here all for comedy.
Yeah.
Our job and our goal is to transcend that.
Oh, yeah.
We must be funny and we must have a thick sense.
Sure. Oh, I do. I got all that. Well, let me just touch on one thing and then I want to get your comedy minute. But your first gig that you ever did, how was that? What was that like?
My first gig, I'm going to call it an open mic. Oh,
Okay.
no. My first gig was in the Purple Rain, a club in San Francisco where Richard Pryor used to perform.
Okay.
I bombed. It is what it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I spent so much time getting ready. I had my family and friends there. Small club downstairs. Richard Pryor was there. I mean, not there, but the sense
Yeah,
everybody
yeah,
knew this is a club. Richard
yeah.
Pryor was in. I freaked out so bad. Mm. But I went back and redeemed myself. And I think
Good,
that's
good.
the sweetest dessert of all.
Do you feel
Is
like
when
now do you feel like now, Starla, your act is as good as it gets? It keeps getting better.
absolutely.
Yeah,
It'll never get as good as it gets. But I think I'm a little bit more comfortable on stage,
right, right.
a lot more comfortable. There's still ways where I still want to marry the two together, my personality and my quick wit. I'm not there yet. And I'm always more critical. We are always more critical upon ourselves
Oh
than,
yeah, yeah.
I'm just, I
Well,
still get nervous when I get on stage. The
well, I don't think that'll ever stop, and that's a good thing, I think, in my
yeah.
opinion.
So
Because if you're not nervous, then it means it's like I did one the other day, and the girl said about being nervous. I said, well, if I wasn't nervous, then I wouldn't be paying respect to you.
mm,
I want to make sure I do the best job I can be. Do the
wow,
best I can to present you in a good fashion. And not
wow.
talk too much, and not do this and not do that. Make sure we cover everything.
This is my life. I
Yeah,
love it so much. I love comedy so much. I love
good,
my peers so much. I love everything about it so much.
good,
I
good.
love the wings. I love the stale nachos.
I like the yum yum sauce.
Hey, there you go.
Hey, well,
And I
look, I tell you what,
love
let's make a pact right now because I love you. I think you're fantastic, and I'm not just saying that.
now you
I want to
depressed.
have you back on the show.
Let's do it.
In a couple of months or whatever. I want to get back with you because you are just. We didn't even really get any good comedy stuff,
That's
but
okay.
unfortunately, we're going to run out of time. So, I do want to thank you for being here.